See what this baby's got inside it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Brett from Hapticast Intro here.
Bark, bark.
Ew.
Who suck you off, Bill?
Oh, Josh, I hear screaming.
Oh yeah!
It's gone. The controller's gone.
Look at that. You look fucking fantastic.
Welcome to Haptic HQ.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hapticast episode number 95. You just spazzed out a little bit there. But you did an extra wince with your guns. You were like,
I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. I put them away.
well,
and
you
then I
always
thought
do.
about it.
You always do it. You put them away like you literally just, for all the audio listeners, Brett literally just mimic holstering them. So.
Yeah, and then I brought them out because I realized it's episode 95, baby. I got to bring them out, you know?
It is. Got to bring out the big guns, quite literally. My name's Josh Tull. Join my good friend Brett Roberts.
Yo.
Brett, how are you? We're doing it
doing
more
well.
earlier today. 1 hour early and ad free.
There'll be an ad somewhere, but yes, ad free.
Yeah, that's more of a sponsorship though, isn't it? Is there a difference between a sponsorship and an ad? Is that a distinction without a difference?
It's a good point.
It's a
But yeah,
philosophical question.
I'm off from work for the next 2 weeks for the holiday season. I'm feeling good.
Good.
Little nasally,
Some suds.
some suds, a
Gotta
little bit of
take you,
suds.
take you and wash a toilet with you.
Yeah, you could literally just stick my head right in the toilet bowl.
Scrub around a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm excited to be here. Last week was a big week. We interviewed Josh Rubin,
Yes.
the
Yes, let's
director
get it-
and
let's
writer
get
and
it.
actor.
Let's get a round of applause for Josh Rubin in the studio. I want everybody to put their hands together in about 5, 4, 3, 2. Whenever you're ready, put your hands together. I'm getting told that in the studio audience that they don't want to. All right. There you go. There we go.
Sorry, I was not ready for that.
That's okay. That's why I did try to lead you a little bit.
The list of sound effects has gotten so long that I
Yeah.
have to scroll all the way up now.
We
and I thought I had it on a keybind, and I tried that, and it didn't work.
See, this is why we need a producer
Yeah.
that can just be on the ones and twos.
Well, you know what? I asked for a stream deck,
Stream Deck.
not a Steam Deck, a Stream Deck for
You
Christmas.
already have a Steam Deck.
Yeah, and if
I've
I
had-
get the
I've had
Stream
2,
Deck,
so.
I'll have the buttons here and there, and I'll be able to quickly just rattle off the ones that are most
Right.
important.
Zip
right?
zopping all around.
Yeah, but we had Josh Rubin. Thank you to Mr. Rubin for coming on the podcast and talking about some of his upcoming horror films that are, pretty good. We really liked what we saw, man.
Yeah, it was a good, about an hour-long conversation. We talked about his entire career. I mean, quite literally his entire career. So that was a lot of fun. It was really cool. Those videos are up. Everything is up. The full interview, a couple of shorter segments from the interview they're all up on the channel and audio platform. So go listen.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to say this now. Bet on this. He's going to be
Bet.
doing he's already doing big stuff, but
Yeah.
he's going to be huge. So
Yeah, we had some haptic intel from him too in that little conversation. So
yeah, we did.
some nice little nuggets.
That's right. So thank you to
information
him.
there. Yeah,
And
so
then
that was a lot of fun.
And then I feel like the episode before that was the Game Awards predictions. So this is our first podcast.
No,
live.
we did a Game Awards wrap up, didn't we? Oh no, it was a preview. You're correct. It was a preview.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's it. So this is our first time making a pod since the Game Awards. So we haven't talked about the winners or anything like that, but
We could do that at the top of the show if we want to, briefly.
yeah,
We'll
we
do
can
it or
include
not.
that in the media consumption briefly.
Yeah. So real quick, we'll be doing our media consumption update as always. We'll go over. Well, we won't be going over any video game releases because I didn't put any in here.
No, there aren't any. That's why.
Okay, I didn't think so. I figured at this point it's probably done. There might be a couple small ones, but no video game releases. But then we have some abysmal stories for you, including one that I didn't even know about. So that'll be interesting to talk about. And then some slick stories, including some stuff from Bluepoint and Epic Epic Games. And then our main topic is obviously we're talking about 2023 and how, I mean, if all of these games hit their releases, or even if a percentage of them hit their releases, we are looking at quite literally one of the most packed launch years of video games in history, at least through the first 6 months, and who even knows what's going to happen on the back half of next year.
Yeah, only the first 6 months are kind of documented right now. We have timelines, like we know, like Spider-Man's coming out in the fall,
Right.
but only really up to June we have here, and the list is already stacked. And then there's a list of games that are to be announced that are also very stacked. So.
Yeah. So we'll see, but that'll be what we're talking about rounding out the show with today.
That's right.
Brett, media consumption.
Yes.
Here's what we're gonna do.
All right, you tell me.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Well, transition point will be Game Awards, brief discussion.
Okay.
And then you'll take it home.
Cool.
Okay. Start
Hit
with
me.
movies. We both watched Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Yeah.
Maybe a week ago.
Yep.
Or so, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. In between last time we were live and this one. What an incredible little film that is.
Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, we all rated it. Everybody that was there rated it 5 stars. Everybody loved it. Quite literally, I think my Letterboxd review says something along the lines of like, I feel very honored to have sat through and watched that film. The fact that it exists is great.
Right.
And I don't really know what else to say about it. It is one of the most endearing, charming, heartfelt little movies I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah, I would agree. I had a good time with it, and it was funny and it was cute, and you could tell it was like a labor of love from everybody involved.
Yeah, I think Santa's outside of HQ right now.
Oh, nice. Tell him I said hi.
I will not be doing that. So we both watched that great little show or movie. Then I also watched Bones and All, Brett.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. It was not as good as I was expecting it to be. Mainly just because Luca Guadagnino, the director, I've pretty much loved and have thought every one of his movies has been perfect, especially the remake of Suspiria and Call Me By Your Name.
Right.
This is a love movie mixed with dread horror, but neither of those elements that make it great really hit until the last quarter of the movie, third of the movie. And when those things, yeah, you are all going to hear Santa, so I'm sorry about that.
You're good. I don't hear it, so.
It doesn't look like my mic's picking it up either. I hear it.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, now we hear it.
There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really hit till the very end. But when it comes together, it comes together. And I just want to say, Timothée Chalamet, man, one of the greatest young actors of our time.
Yeah,
he's good, not even really that young, but you know what I mean. He's younger.
He looks
great.
young. Yeah,
he looks very young. He's great. Mark Rylance gives a really uncomfortable performance in that movie. Very uncomfortable. Academy Award winner Mark Rylance. Yeah, let's just say he kind of steals the show. So there's that. Games. I beat Halo Infinite's campaign.
Oh boy.
Wow, let me tell you something. That game fucking blows. It's terrible. But I'll tell you what else. I also had a fucking incredible time with it. Played it in co-op with our friends. It's fairly short, actually, the main campaign. But there's lots of open world sandbox stuff to do, which we're doing everything, getting all the collectibles and stuff like that. We have a little more cleanup left, but the actual story is done. Couldn't tell you anything that happens in the story. Don't care.
Yeah, that's my takeaway too from what I played. Yeah.
The ending's really bad. We were all like, oh, I hope they don't do that. And then they did that. And at the end of it, I was like, you know, whatever. I don't really care. That game sucked, but I had a lot of fun with it.
Social credit deducted.
Just from playing that game, dude. Social
Yeah.
credits down.
It's a shame that it didn't launch with co-op and Forge, because these are things that would have significantly helped the player base of that game. So that was an interesting time. I started Neon White on my Steam Deck.
Pretty cool.
I It's okay. It is completely not the game for me. So
I did not think it would be.
the social aspect of it, yes, but the time trial based level stuff
The actual game,
with like the platforming and all, no thanks. I'm good.
the actual gameplay.
Yeah, I'm out, Chief. I finished the first chapter. At the end of that, I was like, wow, I'm sure a lot of people really like that, and then I deleted it off of my Steam Deck. So,
Wow.
yeah, not for me. Quickly to playing The Witcher 3. Got back into it a little bit with the next gen update. I don't know if I'm going to play much of it. I just wanted to see what's going on. I like the cross save feature between platforms because I also have it for PC. It crashed my Steam Deck. It's the first time I ever had that happen, and that was the last time I played it. And I don't really know if I'll go back again, but it's out. I played it. That's it.
Yeah, cool little experience to play on your deck.
Yeah. High on Life. Played it. Xbox Game Pass. I know you beat this game.
Yeah.
I think the game is fine. I think the gameplay is really boring and not fun at all, to be honest with you. And the only thing that was keeping me there was the memes. And I got Tim Robinson as a gun. And I finished that little level. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm good. Thanks. So I won't be going back to it, but I did.
Oh man,
I did enjoy my time with at least the jokes. I can't.
You're
do
doing such a disservice. The ending of that game.
I can't do it. I'm pretty sure I only have one level left too. I just have absolutely no interest in going back to it.
Have you met the character Les Do It?
No.
All right. Well,
listen, man. That's why I was there. Was the memes because it was funny. It's my brand of humor. It's really, really.
I think
funny.
you should. I think you should finish it.
I think you should leave.
I think you should finish it. It's really good.
I might go back. I'll get to what's really taking up my time briefly. But do you have anything else to say on High on Life? Because I know you also played it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and it's actually surpassed Minecraft as the #1 most downloaded game on Game Pass, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's huge.
And I'm really happy with it. I do think the gameplay was boring and repetitive. The enemy designs are boring and repetitive.
Yeah.
The boss fights are not as good as the first boss fight. After that, it kind of just is the same thing.
Yeah.
And I found myself using the same gun over and over again. There was one
Right.
gun I liked the most, and that was the one that I kind of stuck with the whole game. But the writing is incredible.
It is.
The humor is incredible. I wish the ending itself was stronger, but there is something after you beat the game that you see. It's like a secret ending, and it opens up potential for a sequel. So very excited for the potential of there being a sequel. But I liked it. I had a good time.
I may go back because I am pretty close to the end. I'm pretty sure I may go back at some point, but for right now, it's shelved.
Okay.
So, other game that is I've really only been playing this truthfully every day is Marvel Snap. I think that game fucking sucks. I hate it, and I also love it, and I'm gonna keep playing it. So,
I wish there was a I was right button that I could push right now, and it would play a sound effect, but
you were.
that'll do.
And when I got into it, it's really cool. I'm at collection level 400 right now, I think, which I feel like I got to pretty fast. I've been playing it a lot. I've been doing my challenges every day, and then just playing in general. I was telling you, it definitely scratches an itch, like a card game itch in my brain, very similar to how Master Duel did last year with Yu-Gi-Oh, where I played it for a very long time in a very short period of time, and then I had to literally like an addict pull myself off of it because if I don't, well, you won't really be seeing me again. So
you know what's interesting about Marvel Snap? I feel like they could replicate this game with different themes for different properties and make a killing.
Yeah,
because some people might not be into it because of the Marvel thing. They could easily make this any property with a lot of characters. Yeah, Star Wars Snap. I get like the Marvel Snap aspect of it being like Thanos snapping, right? But it's just wagering. You're just wagering points, right? So they could totally cash in, the developers of this game. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't make it like Uno. How Uno has different theme decks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make different versions, man.
No, I think that's smart. And listen, the core gameplay is actually unironically really good. It is the guys that developed Hearthstone. So I think that's all you need to know. So
it's quick and fun.
It is very quick. I mean, you have games that some of them take literally 30 seconds.
Yeah.
maybe at most 3-4 minutes.
So they're going to be adding PvP with your friends soon,
Right.
where you can play against your friends in private matches.
That'll be
And I
cool.
like the way they're doing that. It's going to be like best of 7 almost, where you play 7 or up to 7 games with your friend, and whoever has because just imagine like meeting up with me in a game just for that quick.
Oh yeah,
one game would be bullshit, and then you have to join
Right.
again. So they made it so it's like a series basically when you join a friend, which is kind of cool actually.
I like it. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, quickly to round off my stuff. TV and anime. I'm watching Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. It's awesome.
Did you watch the most recent episode?
I watched
English?
episode 8 of the English dub. Is that the most?
Did something really bad happen at the end?
Yes.
Like people died?
Several bad things happened.
Yeah.
At the end, to the point where I was like, I don't know. There's no way that all of these people can actually be dead. And if that is the case, then honestly, mad respect.
Yeah. Well, I know one character is definitely dead, and that's
that is
very
definitely not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, bad things happened, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the thing that has really been taking up most of my time, I'm rewatching Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that.
Dude, I watched it last year, literally 1 year ago for the first time. Okay. I'm rewatching it. I rewatched it on a whim because I was like looking for something else to watch. I finished God of War. I was like, there's no more video games. I'll plug away and sample some things from my backlog. And then, I'm tapped into Battlestar Galactica subreddits and Twitter, and I was like, you know what, dude? I just want to watch Battlestar Galactica again. So I turned on the mini series, which starts it all, and I was like, fuck, man, I forgot how good this is. And I just finished season 2. And I want you to listen to me right now. I want you to listen to me. I want everybody at home and around the world to listen to me very carefully right now. There is no better single piece of media ever created than Battlestar Galactica. There is not. You will not find anything that exceeds it in any way anywhere else, except maybe visually because it's dated. But even that, I would argue, the art direction and what they were accomplishing for television when they did is groundbreaking. You will not find anything better. You won't find anything more interesting. You won't find better characters. You won't find better relationships, better love stories, better action scenes, better war scenes, better battle scenes, better drama, better political drama, better religious drama. You won't find it anywhere else because it's all here and it cannot be surpassed.
Wow, that's high praise.
And as I'm rewatching it, I literally cannot believe, because the first time I watched it, I loved it. But rewatching it with what I know, where we're going, I literally cannot believe the complexity of the writing from the very beginning and how just deep, in depth, in every aspect, everything was considered. And I found that an interview with Ronald Moore, who's like the writer and executive producer of it, where they said before they started filming the miniseries and the show, they created a Bible of rules of Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
And that thing is followed to a T, and it's done for a reason. And the amount of care and detail put into it makes it so interesting.
And why is that? They don't want to contradict themselves?
They don't want to contradict themselves, but there's so many intricacies of the plot, including whether it be time travel, perspective, religion, political systems, like all of these things that the show does not explain to you, but you live through it. And it's so engaging because they have such an adherence to their own rules that they set up that when any rules are potentially broken, and I mean in a very literal sense in the system that is set up in the show, you're like, oh no. And you think about all the repercussion that it's going to have. And I'm being vague because I want you to watch it at some point. I don't want to spoil anything, but it is such a tightly constructed tale. And I really don't think it gets better than it. I truly don't.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. No more media consumptions ever because Josh is just going to watch Battlestar Galactica over and over and over again.
And I'm also reading, I have a comic series that I got last time I watched it that I didn't read, that I'm reading the issues of the comic where they take place during the show.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Yep, that's me for Battlestar Galactica. So that's all I have to say.
That's awesome, dude. I'll give it a shot one day, man. You'll have to tell me like what the actual viewing order is.
Let's just say I have the viewing order Bible for you all ready to go.
All right, let's fucking go, dude.
We do have it all on our
yeah
streaming service.
Yeah.
So, but you can't just hop in with season 1. You have to watch the miniseries first. Then you have to watch season 1. Then you have to watch half of season 2. Then you have to watch a movie, and then you have to watch. You hit me up when and if you're ever ready, dude. Okay.
All right. Game Awards.
Oh.
So overall, we don't have to talk about the whole thing, but obviously, God of War cleaned up with a bunch of awards, and then the Game of the Year award went to Elden Ring, which not really a surprise. We knew it could have gone to either that or God of War.
Yeah.
What did you think of the show in general? I know you kind of watched it. You skipped a lot of the ads and stuff, so I wanted to know,
which was awesome.
Yeah, did you think that there were a lot of ads still?
I think it was honestly way better than it. It's the best it's been in a long time in that regard. I also think the smaller number, but the larger weight of the reveals was good. I would like to see that even cut down more, like in half, to give a lot of these other awards actual time on stage, you know?
That's my big thing.
And I think some awards have to go that are not needed. Take all the esports awards out so they have their own award show. They literally have an esports award. Take out these content creators. They have their own, take out these things that have their other curated things and just focus on the actual art of video games, because that's what the Oscars do. And that's what you're trying to compete with, basically. And also, let me tell you something. The Game Awards had something like 6,000 times the viewership than the last Oscars did. It was something ridiculous, dude. And video games are huge. And it's time to take it seriously. And if you want this to be the show, you fucking gotta cut the fat out and you have to fucking make it the show.
I would agree with you.
But in general, I thought it was fine. I'm pretty pleased with a lot of the winners, even though I think the voting body for the Game Awards is fucking dumb. And in general, I think it was better. I still think there's some significant issues.
I agree 100%. I watched it live. I think, when you have developers like From Software announcing games at your show, we've hit that peak now where it's no longer like just this thing on the side. Like the Game Awards have kind of solidified themselves as like an E3, if you will, of announcements. And I think that once you have From Software there announcing their next big IP title, like, we're there now. Okay. So I think those small reveals that we've gotten in the past from these indie games and stuff, which we love indie games, but not the place. Right.
Right.
I think moving forward, we are finally going to start seeing developers and publishers take the Game Awards seriously. And they're going to have a lot more games to choose from for their announcements. I know in the past, Jeff said the main problem why announcements were smaller, were light in certain years, were just because nothing was being made. But I mean, now you got From Software, so
yeah, I don't know. I would almost rather see Summer Games Fest be the E3, really make that the E3, and just let the Game Awards be the Game Awards.
I wouldn't mind that. But then who's going to watch the Game Awards for just that? There's got to be something.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I don't know.
I like the idea of there being the Summer Games Fest in the summer and then this in the winter, as you get a little bit here and you get a little bit there. You get 2 times the year to announce stuff. So
yeah,
but yeah, man, it was pretty good. So
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move on. So movies I watched. We talked about Marcel the Shell. Big fan of it. I also watched Adult Swim's Yule Log.
Yes, you were texting me about this.
So I reviewed it on Letterboxd. If you're interested, go check out my review. But basically what it comes down to is this film was 100% my shit for about 35 minutes. And then it turned into a B horror movie with Adult Swim weirdness injected into it. And that's not 100% my jam, but it was still my jam. So I liked it. I think I gave it a 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or 3.5, one of the two. I don't remember, but it was okay. It was just but the first 35 minutes, if they would have found a way to wrap it up right there at the end of those 35 minutes, I would have been sucking this thing off.
Yeah.
But they literally, it's like I told you, it's like a stage show. It's like
Right.
the camera in one frame, one scene, characters enter and exit the frame. Sometimes you don't even see what's going on. You just hear it. Big fan of that shit. And at one point, the camera literally flies into the fire. And then all of a sudden we're a handheld camera, or not a handheld camera. I'm sorry, not like found footage. We're like a regular film. Like it's shot like a film from that point on. And that's when I'm like, all right, this is kind of shit. So
gotcha.
Props to them for trying something new, but I wish they would have kind of made it a short film and ended it at 35 minutes.
Right.
And if you watch it, you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Games, High on Life, finished it, wrapped it. I'd give that like a 4 or a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Marvel Snap, we talked about that. Rayman Legends, dude, I am.
What are you at, dude?
Dude, I'm at. I forget. Do I need to get to 6,000? I forget what the number is. Dude, I'm at like 5,750 now. I'm so close.
Damn.
And I'm here to tell you right now, your boy is so fucking good at this game now. I'm getting golds, dude.
I don't know.
Golds are worth 10, not 5, like silvers.
You're right.
So I literally just got awarded at the end of the week, they give you your weeklies, and I also got my dailies for that last day. Dude, I literally got 4 golds.
Wow. That's 40
I was
points.
literally like, fuck yeah, dude. So,
oh, you keep that up, you'll be done in no time.
I know. I'm getting excited. Listen, if you don't get me a trophy for this, I don't know. Like, I'm saying,
if I don't get you a trophy,
yeah, you need to get me like a 3D printed platinum trophy with a plaque on it that says Rayman Legends, dude.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm buying it myself.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If you're done before your birthday, that'll be your birthday gift.
It's a good idea. Okay, that's fair. I might be able to hit that.
If not, I'm getting you a lump of coal.
All right. Thank you, Santa. And then one game you didn't mention, we played a little bit of The Quarry.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I would like to play more, but more Until Dawn, less Dark Pictures.
Yeah.
In its nature. But we haven't played enough to really get a good grip
like the opening for the most part.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned on that one. And then TV and anime, I watched Chainsaw Man, which we talked about already. And I did last night finish up season 6 of Rick and Morty. High on Life kind of got me in the Justin Roiland mood. I wanted to, laugh with Rick and Morty. And it was good, man. Season 6 is actually like a return to form, in my opinion.
That's the newest
Excuse
season?
me. Yeah. They really nailed it. The finale was great. And here's the thing about Rick and Morty, dude. People like shit on Rick and Morty, and they're like, Rick and Morty's not funny, dude. Rick and Morty. Here's the thing with Rick and Morty, dude. Rick and Morty isn't laugh out loud funny. Justin Roiland, even High on Life, that's not laugh out loud comedy. It's like comedy that makes me laugh internally. When I watch Rick and Morty, I'm not like laughing like out loud. You know what I mean? When I'm watching Rick and Morty and I'm playing High on Life, I laugh like I'm like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like laugh when I play these things or watch these things, but like I enjoy that writing.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of trudged through it and I liked it. So
good.
But yeah, that's all I got, man.
Okay.
So it's time to move on to our podcast here. Just a reminder, we have the Abysmal Chronicles coming up, then we have the Slick Stories, and then we have our main topic of today, which is 2023 has way too many games. It's going to be a big year. So yeah, let's get the show started. Josh, roll the intro, dude.
Yes.
You sound like Morgan Freeman. All right. I have one last interruption before we begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast, Hapticast by Haptic Intel, sponsored by Dubby Energy at Dubby.gg. Listen, if you didn't know, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crashes. That's right, their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, including the patented Neurofactor. There's no calories, there's no sugar, there's no artificial colors, there's no fillers. It's none of the bad stuff. But Josh, it's all of the
good stuff.
That's right. So listen, your current energy drink may cost anywhere between $2 to $3 per can. Dubby costs $1 per drink. I think the song's about to start over.
Good one, dude.
There it is. So if you find it hard to work or study, I gotta work on that still. If you find it hard to work or study, use code SLICK to save on Dubby. That's right. Save 10% today on your Dubby.gg order by using code SLICK. That's all I got for you.
Congratulations, dude.
Thanks, man. I got to work on that. We got to find a theme that loops perfectly. That way I can just talk and it doesn't matter where I stop and where I start, you know? All right, let's hop into the Abysmal Chronicles. Josh, these are crazy, crazy abysmal stories for you today.
Hit me.
So the first one, Microsoft might be exploring a cheaper ad-supported Xbox Game Pass Lite. This is coming from Reddit and Reset Era. So a purported survey by Microsoft has been posted on the Reset Era forums, which suggests that Microsoft may be exploring an ad-supported tier of Xbox Game Pass, which also would grant Xbox Live Gold. The cheaper tier would include all of Xbox's exclusive library of games, including major first-party titles, but here's the catch: 6 months after launch rather than immediately at launch. Those games, however, would play ads upon launch to help fund this tier. Microsoft also recently patented personalized ads to show in video games, which seems suspiciously timely given the survey. So if real, the purported tier would cost $3 per month and provide access to a variety of Game Pass content with some fairly generous limitations. Josh, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I don't know about that, dude. I mean, it honestly makes my stomach churn a little bit. I don't know why. That's my reaction to it. But, I mean, I guess it would be good to get more people in on the service, right? Which is their goal, obviously, to get as many people in as possible. And we know people are not buying Xbox games, right? I feel like this just perpetuates that even more, though, which they're clearly okay with because they're all in on Game Pass. So I don't know. Me, I'm not interested in it as a consumer. From them, I guess I could understand why they're doing it, but
And I don't think it's for us.
No,
this is not for us. This is for, the single mom who has her son has an Xbox and, he doesn't have any games to play. And this is a really cheap alternative. Sure, there's going to be ads in the game, but do they care? They're getting all these games.
Yeah. How would they? Is there anything about how they would implement that?
So they did just put the patent out for the idea. I don't know exactly how they would work that in.
Keep reading. Let me see.
That's it. That's all I got.
Oh.
I think it would the game would launch and an ad would play. Is kind of my understanding.
Is that it?
That's what I read in the article.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not for us, but I'm sure some people would be interested in it.
Right. And you know what? Like you said, it gets games into more people's hands for cheaper. It can't be a bad thing. I mean, we cringe at the idea of ads in games, but it's just an option.
For a consumer, I think it's for a consumer that fits a certain demographic. I think it's probably fine. Yeah.
Right. All right. So this is some bad news. Sony's $200 DualSense Edge controller for PlayStation 5 will have, quote, moderately shorter battery life. This is coming from The Verge. So the DualSense Edge controller shipping January 26th for $200 has a long list of improvements, but battery life won't be one. Sony's response to this report is Quote, the DualSense Edge wireless controller's operating time is moderately shorter than the original DualSense wireless controller because we've included many more features within the same form factor and ergonomic design as the original DualSense controller. We wanted to strike a good balance between wireless operating time and delivering robust, high-performance features. Additionally, the longer USB braided cable is also great for competitive players who prefer playing with a wired connection to avoid wireless interference. This option preserves battery life. So what do you think about that? I have a little bit more, but I want to know what you think.
I love that for more money, I'm getting less battery life.
Yeah, but you're also getting more robust features.
Yeah, I'm also getting less battery life.
And more robust features.
And less battery life. I think the battery life for the DualSense, regular DualSense controller, is already abysmal, to be honest with you.
I don't struggle with this because I just put my controller on a dock.
Yeah, me too. I got multiple controllers, but right now I only have one that doesn't have stick drift, and it has other issues because the controllers are made of fucking paper mache.
Well, I want to talk to that real quick if you don't mind. So
yeah.
Sony also isn't addressing joystick drift with their new DualSense Edge. They confirmed with The Verge that the DualSense Edge uses a potentiometer-based joystick system, just like the regular DualSense, which suffers from stick drift. However, if your $200 DualSense Edge controller does start drifting, it'll be far easier to fix than most controllers because Sony has made the controller's joysticks completely modular, meaning you can swap them out in under a minute without tools, and you'll be able to buy brand new modules for $20 at PlayStation.com on January 26th or at participating retailers in late February.
Why can't these companies stop using literally the exact same little cube for the potentiometer for these joysticks that have had stick drift for millennia? Why?
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate.
Why?
Now,
why? Brett?
I don't know, but
Why?
I do like the fact that they're $20 to replace. That's not bad. I wish I could do that with mine. You know what I mean? My controllers are fucked right now. I wish I could just spend $20 and pop them out. But
I won't be buying this controller. I have no interest in it.
It's abysmal. The price is way too high.
Too expensive. No battery. No joysticks. Bad. No thanks.
Right. All right.
Even
That's
though
all
you
I got
get a
for
bunch of other features that I don't even care about. So.
Right. That's all I have in the Abysmal Chronicles. Why don't you move on to the slick stories to talk about some slick shit, dude?
I will. Bluepoint Games teases. Bluepoint Games has seemingly teased their next project with a Christmas card. So this is coming from Twitter and on the PlayStation blog. Bluepoint Games has seemingly teased their next project in a Christmas card posted to the PlayStation blog. This is almost like a roundup that PlayStation did of a bunch of different Christmas cards from a bunch of different, or holiday cards from a bunch of different outlets and partners and all that stuff. So there's a bunch of cool art on there, including Media Molecule, which I saw on there, which reminds me, I wish they would make a game. So that'd be cool. Okay.
They made a game, dude.
No,
Dreams.
they made a tool.
You can make whatever you want.
No,
dude.
they made a tool and an engine. They did not make a game. And that is a fucking crying shame with the studio that made Tearaway that did not make a game since Tearaway. Fucking ridiculous. The illustration shows 3 open presents, one for each of their most recent projects. God of War Ragnarok, which I didn't even know they worked on, as a support studio, I guess. Demon's Souls, and Shadow of the Colossus. So I have the GIFs up behind here, us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean they're getting closer to announcing their next title, Brett?
I mean,
and what do you think about it?
I think it's an obvious tease that something is coming. Why would you, why would you show the 3 games that you worked on and then an unopened present? It's a tease,
Can I tell you what's coming, Brett? I know we want to speculate a little bit. Can I tell you what it is?
Yeah, let's speculate. Go
ahead. It's Bloodborne remake. It's coming.
You think so?
Yeah, and then at the same time that is announced, they're also going to announce a port of Bloodborne to PC by Nixies.
Wow. The original Bloodborne, not the new one?
The original one with, whatever.
30 FPS?
No, not on PC. So that's what they're
yeah.
working on. That's what Bluepoint's working on.
Bloodborne is definitely an option. Metal Gear Solid is another. I've seen some people speculate Castlevania.
I don't know why they'd be working on a Konami IP that PlayStation doesn't have the rights to now that they're a PlayStation studio, unless PlayStation and Konami have some sort of backroom deal.
I've heard Castlevania. I've heard Legend of Dragoon, which I don't know anything about.
Cool. It's Bloodborne. And if it's not Bloodborne, I'm not going to be happy, to be honest with you.
It's fair enough.
I don't want any of these other things. I want Bloodborne.
I would take Metal Gear.
Bloodborne.
Okay.
Please. Bloodborne. Or give me a PS5 update for Bloodborne. Unlock the frame rate. Get it to 60 something, please, because that game is not playable.
Anything, please. Help us.
All right. Anything else to say on that, Brett?
I don't have anything to say except this next story. It should be in the Abysmal Chronicles to some people, but for me, it's a slick story because Epic Games and Fortnite.
Oh, no.
Bad.
Epic Games has been fined more than $500 million over Fortnite's unfair microtransaction practices. So let me give it to you, Brett, and then we can talk about it. There's also this story also involves Xbox's new best friend, the Federal Trade Commission.
That's right.
Epic Games will have to pay $520 million over, quote, design tricks to dupe millions of players into making unintentional purchases, end quote. In Fortnite, the FTC announced today. FTC is the Federal Trade Commission in the United States.
Bye-bye.
These tricks include tricking players into making unintended in-game purchases through a, quote, counterintuitive, inconsistent, and confusing button configuration, end quote, including being charged while waking up from sleep mode.
Yeah, what is that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm assuming these are direct quotes from the Federal Trade Commission's findings or whatever, correct?
Right. What is getting charged while waking up from sleep mode? What goddamn...
You wake up and you're on your first button press is buy V-Bucks. I don't fucking...
That's crazy.
I'm not sure about
What are they playing it on their fucking Apple Watch? How, like, this game is playable on every goddamn platform. So it had to be a console because it has sleep. Well, maybe not, because you can play it on iPad and it has a sleep mode, right?
PC has a sleep mode, technically.
PC, yeah. Interesting.
All right. So it's continues here. The FTC also says that account holders can be charged without authorization, and that children have racked up, quote unquote, hundreds of dollars in charges before parents were aware of what was happening. All right, put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. On that front, the FTC says that Epic, quote, ignored more than 1 million user complaints over wrongful charges while purposefully obscuring cancel and refund features, end quote.
So this is something that obviously has happened and has been happening. It happens with every game that has microtransactions.
I was going to say, this is an industry problem. This is not necessarily a Epic related issue, but we've talked about this topic before about, that parents weren't aware of racking up charges and stuff like that. And I get that, but we've talked about this before, and, don't give kids access to your credit card information. I don't know.
Right. I think it comes more down to the fact that it says no authorization. Right. So it doesn't request that you put the 3 numbers in again.
Sure.
Or, you know what I mean? It just saves that information, and you can easily just
keep
rack
charging
those charges. Yeah.
Right. No, fair. In addition to microtransactions, Fortnite's voice chat was in the FTC's crosshairs. The FTC claims that Epic employees urged the company to change Fortnite's default settings to require users to, opt in for voice chat, but that the company resisted turning the feature off even as children were, quote, harassed, including sexually, while playing the game, end quote. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube.
I censored it. You're good. The children were... And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it was not a very good... It was bad. You look so fucking bad.
I just literally couldn't I can't believe what I just read, and that this is in official filings, dude. This is bad for Epic. $520 million. I wouldn't be worried about the money, bro.
Well, read the next part.
Oh, as a result, Fortnite will be required to disable voice and text communications for children. Oh no, how are you gonna implement this, dude? Sorry, I'm reading ahead quickly, and then I'm reacting to it before I actually read it to everybody else. Let me start that again. As a result, Fortnite will be required to disable voice and text communications for children and teens under 13 years old, or for parents to provide consent through the privacy setting. Epic must also delete personal information gathered from Fortnite users in violation of the COPPA rule, and to establish a, quote, comprehensive privacy program, end quote. First of all, how are these things not already in place? And second of all, wouldn't these things technically be covered by, well, I guess Fortnite is so multi-platform. I think of like PlayStation as like its own ecosystem. I'm assuming voice communications with that are like built into PlayStation Network's terms of service or something like that. But I don't know if those also cover individual titles or properties or not. I don't know.
That's an interesting, that's an interesting train of thought there, because, you know, game chat can be cross-platform. So then what?
Right, then you get into, and Fortnite is cross-platform and is everywhere, so then you get into, it's muddied anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm not saying that the FTC's claims are unfounded, obviously, but
right.
Yeah, that's bad, that the fact that those things, and how do you not, I mean, they probably have a privacy program, but if you're not explicitly stating these things in a privacy program or terms of service or terms of use or whatever it might be, and you're fucking Fortnite, are you kidding?
Yeah, it's bad, dude.
You have a marketplace in your game. You have a place in your game where people can interact with one another. That's like 101.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff in here is stuff that is not unique to Fortnite.
Yeah.
I just think that Fortnite is so goddamn big now.
Right.
That it's just all eyes on them.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are going to set, you know, moving forward, the standard will be set here.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, this FTC right now in the United States has a lot of big people in their crosshairs, including Xbox, which is now in their crosshairs.
For the first time in a while, they're finally realizing, you know?
And there's a lot of politics involved with that, obviously, but we don't have to talk about it. But I don't think this is probably the last thing that you can see, that you're going to see of things like this, at least under the current FTC chairman. Chairwoman. Pretty sure it's a woman.
It's a lot of money.
So this is bad. I don't think Epic should be worried about the money.
It's a drop in the bucket to them.
Yeah, but I think they should be careful, because I know Epic they have their storefront, they have Unity, or not Unity, Unreal. They have a diverse portfolio of things that they collect money from, including actual games. But Fortnite is the biggest thing for them. You should make sure that everything is polished and shiny and clean, because it is your main moneymaker.
Yep. And it's the biggest thing in the world right now in gaming.
Still, somehow. It has been for years, it feels like. But it's somehow even bigger. So.
Right.
Yikes, dude. That's not good. Not good for them. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. But.
Right.
All right.
Let's move into our main topic, Josh. 2023. Way too many games. Way too many games.
So.
Could it be the best year in games?
Maybe. As the title of the video suggests, will 2023 be the biggest year in video game history? And Brett, it sure as shit has the potential for it. We are on the precipice of 2023, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the stuff that is announced, at least up through June. The back half of the year is a little bit more of a blind spot, but there are windows, like you mentioned at the very top of the show, for some of these other things that we're going to talk about. And if the first 2 months of the year are indicative and these games hit, look out, because you will literally have weeks where you have a major release 2 or 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
For months on end. So how
That's
do you
right.
want to do this? Let's hop into it. What do you think?
Let's just go through month. You know, I pulled out some of the big ones on our notes here. You can
Yeah.
pull up the website too that has the actual list of all the games that they know.
Okay.
We're using GameSpot as a reference.
Yeah.
But I pulled out, like I said, the big ones. And even with pulling out the big ones and just having a list of the big ones, it is incredibly, incredibly packed. Right.
Yeah.
So let's go January. We'll start there.
Okay.
January 20th, Fire Emblem Engage comes out on the Switch. So right off the bat,
You engage.
right away you engage.
You engage.
Right away, Switch owners get a exclusive game, and it's a Fire Emblem title.
Matthew McConaughey is engaged.
Engage.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I can read these too because I know you said you wanted me to read them. So
No, we can go through them.
okay.
I'll do January. You do February.
All right. I don't care about Fire Emblem, but I know a lot of people do. So
That's a
that's a
big.
massive Switch exclusive. Yeah.
And then we have Forspoken coming out on PS5 and PC on January 24th.
Yeah.
Literally 4 days later after Fire Emblem.
Right.
And then I got bad news for you. If you're gonna buy both of those games, you got Dead Space, the remake, coming out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC on January 27th.
Yeah. I'm not interested in either of the other two games, but I am interested in Dead Space, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those other two games aren't really my cup of tea. I played Forspoken's demo,
Yeah,
wasn't
but
really
still,
for me.
Big.
That's a huge game in January.
Yeah.
If you get one good release a month, that's a good year.
Right. And there are two other honorable mentions I'd like to throw on here too. At looking at this GameSpot list, Persona 4 Golden for Switch, PC, PS4, Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, and as well as Persona 3 Portable.
That's right.
Now these are old games, but if you
That's why I
haven't,
didn't include them. But
if you haven't played Persona 4, it's coming to the Switch. And that's all I'm going to tell you.
that's a big. You might not know it yet, ladies and gentlemen, but that's a big release for the Switch.
All right, we'll revisit this. I'm telling you right now, the MPD numbers for January, Persona 4 Golden will be the best-selling title on Switch. I guarantee it.
I don't know. I think it might need some
no,
time to
no.
spread. Like
Nope.
Vita did. You
Nope,
know?
I guarantee it.
Okay.
Patented seal of approval. It's done. Because
Well,
it led charge on PC for months when it released on PC.
It's true. And with these releases, there's updates coming to the versions
PC
that already
version.
exist.
Correct,
Yeah, the
right.
PC version. So that's exciting. So those are 5 big titles right there.
Yeah, not the
Right.
Vita version because Vita's dead. So
No, not the Vita version.
all right.
All right.
February. Oh boy. This is massive. Oh my god. Okay. So February 10th, you have Hogwarts Legacy. Probably
Next gen only.
Probably the littlest game on this list, the smallest game that nobody will buy on this list. There's no audience for this game, but I know some people are excited. I'm not. I don't give a shit about it. So, excuse me, I'm flummy. You have Hogwarts Legacy on February 10th. A few days later, on February 21st, you have Atomic Heart, which is a massive game. I'm really excited for that game.
Fallout, Bioshock-esque.
Yeah. Atomic Heart on February 21st. Also on February 21st, you have Like a Dragon, the Ishin. This is a new game, correct?
Yeah, it's
Like
a Yakuza game.
the Yakuza Like a Dragon series, Ishin, on February 21st. So the same day as Atomic Heart. But then, Brett, don't forget, PSVR 2 just launched, and you're going to get Horizon Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2 on the next day, on February 22nd.
That's right.
And then you might have heard of a little game called the Kerbal Space Program that a lot of people like. Guess what? The sequel to it comes out on February 21st, or 24th, rather, just 2 days later after Call of the Mountain on PC. And then, guess what, Brett? You have another Switch exclusive coming out also on February 24th.
Remake.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe on the Switch. Remake
Right.
exclusive. And then, Brett, you might have heard of a little game called Octopath Traveler. Well, guess
I
what?
have.
The sequel to it comes out that same day. Octopath Traveler 2 for Switch, PlayStation platforms, and PC. Oh, and then just 4 days later, guess what? Destiny 2 has their Lightfall expansion coming out on February 28th. That is
fucking
1,
insane.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major hitters in the span of a few weeks, plus a new VR platform in PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah. That's an incredible month. My wallet is fucking hurting. When am I going to recoup my money from Christmas? Well, the world may never know.
Never. It's literally going to go right out. And I don't think there's really any other honorable mentions here that I'd want to include. So that's it.
Okay. Let's
That's
move
a
on to
huge
March. So
Guess
March
what?
has
We keep going.
March has less games announced so far, and that's going to happen as we go from here
Right.
on out. It's going to start getting smaller because we're further out.
Right.
But March has some big games too.
Yeah.
So first off, Last of Us is coming to PC on March 3rd.
That's going to be big, dude.
That's a big one.
That's going to be real big. Yeah.
Then we have Wolong Fallen Dynasty
Oh, yeah.
coming out. It's coming out for PC, PS4, literally everything.
Yeah.
Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, March 3rd.
That is
Same day.
that's Team Ninja, correct? Or am I wrong?
I'm looking right now. Hold on. So its initial release date was September 16th. It's Koei Tecmo,
Oh, right. Okay. There's
Team Ninja.
Oh, it is Team Ninja. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because there's another game that's similar to this, and I couldn't remember if that was Team Ninja or not.
Yeah. So that's coming out the same day as Last of Us.
Yeah.
Then you have Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, which been a while since we've gotten a Fatal Frame game. I don't know if this is a remake or what, but
I'll tell you.
this is coming out for every goddamn console as well. Not March 9th.
It's a sequel.
All right.
I think it's a sequel.
All right. Well, I've never played the original, but I'm interested in this one. Here's the thing, Josh. If you're a fan of Japanese horror and pirates, I got bad news for you because Skull and Bones comes out that same day. No one's going to be buying that game, I know, but...
yeah, I was going to say, this is a game that literally they have to release or they get fined by the government that funded it.
Right.
Ubisoft.
Cool that it's coming out, but I got really good news.
Yeah, you do.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I almost said Fallen Order. Jedi Survivor is coming out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on March 17th. That is St. Patrick's Day, my friend.
Yeah, that's huge, and I'll be playing that day one. And then this next one is... I literally cannot believe there is only 1 week between the game that you just mentioned and this, because these are my two most anticipated games. Maybe
Right.
Judas, if it's going to come out this 2023, but I don't think it is, but keep going.
Resident Evil 4 Remake, March 24th.
Just 1 week later.
That's insane. That's not good. That's like I have both games and I have to choose which one I want to play.
Right.
Not good.
No.
And then the last game.
I know some people are actually really excited for this.
So, Crime Boss Rockay City is coming out on PC. I only see here March 28th. I'm not sure if it's releasing, but they just announced.
I don't know why it only says PC there, because it is coming out for Series X and PS5 as well.
But why is this game coming out already? Didn't they just announce it at the Game Awards?
Yeah.
For the first time ever?
Yeah.
And it's coming out in 3 months?
Yeah. It's a 505 game.
Yeah.
And, well, it's got some big people in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up March. Josh, you have a small month here in April. Maybe the weakest month we know of so far.
Yeah, but one game that I'm actually excited about, it's been in development for a long time. We'll get to it. It's the second one. First of all, on April 24th...
Not the first one? You're not excited for the first one, dude?
No, I meant on this list. It's the second one on this list. It's also the second one in the series.
No, that's not what I meant. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy comes out for Legacy consoles.
You're not excited for that one, dude?
No. Let's be honest. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are Legacy consoles. I don't know why games are still being developed for them, but here we are. Hogwarts Legacy comes out for PS4 and Xbox One on April 4th. Then, Brett, a game that's been in development for 18,000 years. 5 different studios have worked on this game, and it's finally coming out. Dead Island 2 hits your consoles on April 28th. It's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Brett.
Not good.
Dead Island 2. I actually like the last trailer.
Oh, so do I. I'm not saying the game's going to be not good. I just not good for my wallet for all
Yeah.
these games coming out.
And then one other honorable mention here, just because I know there's a lot of people that love the franchise. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection comes out for Switch, PS4, and PC on April 14th as well. I don't even know what that entails, but I would assume it's everything probably besides the Mega Man X games.
No, it's Battle Network, you said?
10 Battle Network games.
Yeah, those are for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, that's cool.
There was an anime series around the time we grew up when
Yeah.
we were kids with this Battle Network.
Yeah.
And I think it's already out. But this might be what you're mentioning might be like a port or a later release.
Coming April 14th to PS4. So it must already be out then for Switch and PC. Okay.
Right.
May.
All right. May is
It's going to be May.
Month.
Oh my God, it's going to be May. Oh, no. It's going to be May.
May 12th, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh.
It's time, dude.
God, dude.
We started our Switch journey with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and now, hopefully, we end our Switch journey before we get another Switch, a Switch 2 or a Pro, with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, May 12th. That's a big one. And after that, if you're a DC Comics fan, you have Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which is shaping up to be a pretty interesting looking game.
The first game
and we
from
know
Rocksteady in 7 years?
That's right. And we know now that it will be Kevin Conroy's last time voicing Batman. Rest in peace. That comes out May 26th.
Dude, Zelda is like a 120-hour plus game for me. I can't do it. I don't
You're still
even
going to be playing
I don't even think
other
I'm,
games.
I was going to say I don't even think I'm going to be done the other games that are on this list.
Yeah. Well, I got bad
I'm
news
literally
for you.
getting agita looking at this list, which
I
is
have really, really bad news for you.
Oh,
You're
wait
not
a
going to
minute.
have long
Oh no.
to play Legend of Zelda.
Oh my
because
God, are you kidding me with June?
Look at June. Look at it. Read it.
So Suicide Squad comes out on May 26th. And then 1 week later on June 2nd, we get Street Fighter 6 for all modern consoles and PC. Street
that's not
Fighter
all.
6. And let me tell you something about Street Fighter 6. It looks awesome.
It does. And you know what? It has a co-op now where you can be on the same team.
I cannot wait to play this game. I've dabbled in Street Fighter in my life, but I've usually played Tekken or Mortal Kombat or whatever. I'm really excited for Street Fighter 6. I truthfully am. It looks awesome.
I agree.
So that'll be fun. And then guess what, Brett? 4 days later, right? So the same week, another huge time sink, massive game that I cannot wait to play. I don't care how bad Blizzard is. I love the series. Diablo 4 comes out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC on June 6th.
But
It doesn't end. Because then, while you're still playing Zelda and Suicide Squad and Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4 and probably Hogwarts and all these other fucking games, guess what? Another 100-hour plus game is going to come out on June 22nd, Brett. And you know what that game is? On PS5? Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy sucks ass now.
I don't agree with that statement. I'm excited for this game.
I'm fucking ready for this game. I am ready for this game. I love high fantasy. I loved Final Fantasy 15. I thought Final Fantasy 7 Remake was fine. But this is the type of real, lifetime action-based combat that I want.
That's right. Josh, that's just the end of the games that we know a release date for.
Right.
I've pulled out here even more games that are to be announced for their dates that are coming out in 2023.
Yeah, that have a likely 2023 release. And here's the thing, Brett. Before we get into this to add context, going over how many games did we just go over that were huge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28 games. Let's round it up to 30. If half,
Just from January to June.
yeah, if half of those 30 games, hit their dates, that's a massive 6 months of the year. And then if you take a quarter of the games that are left to be announced with dates that actually come out next year, you are looking at quite possibly like the best year for video games, I think, probably since like before 2010. Seriously.
Yeah. That's right.
Let's get into some of these.
Okay.
And the one, listen, if this game
these
comes
are
out,
alphabetical, so
if this, we'll start, well, we're going to go alphabetically because the first game here is the most important to me.
okay.
If this game comes out next year, bye-bye.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake, the first Alan Wake, one of my favorite games of all time. I love Remedy. I think they are my favorite studio. Love them. I love it. I cannot wait for Alan Wake 2. So
I hope that hits this year.
me too.
Then you have Ark 2. Ark's a big game. A lot of people like Ark. Now there's a sequel. Vin Diesel's in it, I think, and that's a thing.
I don't know if that's the same game, but okay.
Black Myth Wukong
Oh, this is the other game I was thinking of.
is apparently coming out this year, and if it does, that's nuts.
Yeah, that game looks fucking awesome.
Crash Team Rumble, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
announced at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Which is what?
I believe that is the next installment in Final Fantasy VII.
Wait, that's the remake part 2?
I believe so. Let me look.
Then
No. Yes. Yes, it is the new name for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
okay, got it. Then we have Forza Motorsport, which is a big franchise, and this next one's big. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yeah, people will be very happy once that finally has a release date.
Mhm.
Then you have Hyper Light Breaker, the sequel to Hyper Light Drifter,
Right. That's cool.
and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
This is the game I'm here. This is a game I'm here for, dude. Killer
Yeah.
Clowns from Outer Space is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life. That movie fucking slaps. Unironically, if you don't like that movie, you don't like to have fun, and you're a cretin. So
Okay.
then you have a new game from Bloober Team, Brett, the team behind games such as The Medium and actively developing Silent Hill right now.
Mhm.
Layers of Fears, which we won't talk about the name, but that's a big franchise right now.
It is.
And I like Bloober Team quite a bit. Then this game, oh my god, I forgot about this game, that it even existed. You have the spiritual successor to Bloodborne, basically, and that's Lies of P, but, you know, steampunk version of Bloodborne.
Pinocchio. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
And then you have another Yakuza game, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Now that one has a launch window announced, right, for fall of
Yeah.
next year.
Yep.
I'm not so sure about some of these other ones. I think they have just said 2023 or so, but we could-
Hopefully that one hits it. I don't want to wait until 2024 for this game.
yeah. Then you have Minecraft Legends, which is what?
It's like an actual video game.
Okay.
Minecraft.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
remember seeing that. And then Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
Yep. I haven't played the first one, but I heard good things. So, Pikmin 4,
I forgot that game was even announced.
another Switch exclusive, which is fucking, honestly, I'm not going to play it, but good. Switch needs exclusive games. It needs some
Yeah,
games
they're
right
going to
now.
hit next year.
And then Silent Hill Ascension
Mm.
to be announced to 2023. One of the several Silent Hill games that are currently in development.
Right. Then we have Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which is big. That game has gone through quite literally development hell, but not because, you know, of anything to do with the developers, because of literally the war in Ukraine. So,
Yep.
And then a Dark Souls clone, of which a title
Sequel.
I hate, called
Yeah.
The Lords of the Fallen.
The sequel to The Lord of the Fallen. Great name.
Terrible. Awful.
Then you have The Plucky Squire, which
What
is
the
an
fuck
indie game.
is that?
It's a cute indie game. Look it up real quick while we
I like
Why-
the name. I like the word plucky, dude.
yeah, so do I. And then The Wolf Among Us 2, long-awaited sequel to The Wolf Among Us, finally coming out. But yeah, Plucky Squire, pretty hyped for that one. That's one that I didn't almost add to our list
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah. It's like
But
the
it's-
storybook thing.
Right. It's cool. It's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Cool.
So
And what was the last one? The Wolf Among Us 2. Oh yeah.
yeah.
People have wanted that for a long time. That could mark the comeback of what's the name? What are the what?
Telltale?
Telltale. Yeah, that's it. Well,
What a huge year.
that, like I said, even if half of those games that actually have release dates, and a quarter of the ones that don't have release dates yet, but windows of 2023 come out, because I don't think you should expect all of these to come out when they're supposed to, as listed here, obviously. Delays happen all the time, but I mean, that is quite possibly. 2023 is a year you're not going to get to your backlog, because you literally
You're just going to
won't have
add
time.
to it. Yeah.
So,
Well, start saving.
that's it, Brett. That's all we got.
Listen to me right now,
Me?
everyone.
I'm listening.
I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank them for subscribing to our channel on YouTube, following us on Twitch, following us on Spotify and all your podcast platforms, because you can get our podcast over there as well. But most importantly, I want to say thank you to Josh Rubin for showing up last week and doing an interview with us. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And then I also want to say thank you, Josh, for a year. I'm assuming this is our last one for the year. Next week is Christmas.
Probably, yeah.
People are traveling. So thank you for
probably back after the new year.
Right. Thank you for a great year.
Merry
Everyone,
Christmas.
thank you. Merry Christmas.
God bless us, everyone.
God bless us, everyone. And we'll be back. This is episode 95, so episode 100 is coming soon.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some fun stuff.
I guess we'll hit episode 100 in February next year.
Right.
Probably.
I don't know what we're going to do.
I do.
We should have some guests on.
Yeah.
Maybe do some. We talked about something before we started. Maybe we not unveil, but maybe we collect
things for that. Yeah. I like that.
All right.
All right. Well, everybody make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do everything that Brett just said. I forget what he said and what he didn't. So do it or don't do it. Whatever.
We'll see you next year.
Goodbye forever. I just want everybody to know that Brett's mic is still on and he doesn't know it. And he can't hear me right now. So we'll see what he says if he has to go to jail or not.
Are you speaking? Are we still live? Why are you muted?
Goodbye.